So the videos are coming thick and fast now that the ideas are actually popping into my head. So I thought with this one I would give my thoughts on a game I got last week on a whim after celebrating doing my last night shift, hopefully for the rest of my life. On a whim I picked up Need for Speed Shift, and this is the first racing game I've bought in quite a while. The last one I got was Burnout. Was it Burnout Paradise? That was on it's on the PlayStation Network, whichever one it was. And prior to that, I've not really gotten at least any of the serious racing games. I mean, I've got Mario Kart, which was, to be honest, I thought was awful, but it's mainly for like party games and stuff like that. So this is the first serious racing game I've had probably since I think the last one might have even been the original Gran Turismo, or maybe Gran Turismo 2. So that's how far back it goes. This one, I don't really know how impressed I am. I mean, I can see it's a good game. This is the first time I've actually played a Need for Speed game. I usually just think they're kind of crapped out every year and not really to bother with them. But I'd heard some good things about this, how it's a mix of semi-races like Gran Turismo and Forza, the more arcadey Burnout type ones. It was supposedly sitting somewhere in the middle, so I thought I'd give it a try. And well, graphics good, and the default viewpoint it gives you is, well, it seems to be more realistic than most driving games give you. It includes like the dashboard and everything, and all the interiors of the cars look different, which, well, it impressed me. I don't know how standard that is, but it's more like driving a real car. I mean, I hold my hands up, never actually driven a real car, but I've rode in the passenger seat, so I can see from that point of view, especially since, well, American game, so like, steering wheel on the other end. But for me, there's something missing. I mean, it's a fine game. I mean, this happens to me a lot. I thought the same with Mario 64, a lot of the Zeldas. I can see why people think they are good games, but it's just not one of the games for me because it has a lot of different modes, and it has like the nice career mode that is usually the kind of thing that I'm into. It's kind of an impersonal career mode, but that's a different gripe. But it has like the drifting modes, the time attack modes, and the mixed races where you use your own cars, or like manufacturers races where you just put into a different car. So there's lots of actual real licensed cars, and you get the feeling and sensation of being in those cars. But the races themselves is what I find to be lacking, because they've thrown in a lot of stuff, it seems, at least from the standard that I'm used to, because like I said, serious racing games I've not played for a very long time. But it's all little doses of things, because I mean, there's like the Brands Hatch track, the Silverstone and all that, but all like the races, at least I haven't got that far. I'm on like the third tier of however many tiers there are before you get to the big World Tour Championship thingy that you're supposed to be aiming for. But like all the races seem to be two, maybe three. So some of them are just one lap. I mean, I could understand with so much a lot of people are just going to want like quick bursts of it, just a quick 3 minute race. But I've always been out of the kind of racing games that I normally play. Have been more of the licensed variety, like the NASCAR games I've been playing for a while, and when they were actually good, the Formula 1 games. I am looking forward to the new one coming out. You get it like an actual proper race. Like it, obviously, with those games, you can set like the race distance. I mean, I was sad enough one time with the original Formula 1 Grand Prix to do a whole season on 100% distance. So I mean, that did take forever. But I mean, 2 laps is just not a race to me. That's what I find annoying. I mean, there might have been something I missed in the settings, but these are the default ones it gave me after like the little trial at the beginning, which I think is a very, very good idea. And I've heard EA have introduced it in a lot of the game. Like it gives you, looks like a test track, just like throws you straight in with some settings, and then sees how well you do, and suggests like what settings he thinks you should have, which seems to have worked quite well for me. But I don't know, it's just not satisfying in that way, and because of that, I think it will be going back and get traded in. I mean, I'm going to give it another couple more days because I don't get a day off until, well, I finish around noon on Thursday. So I mean, if it's not if I'm not really enjoying it by Thursday, I think it will go back as a trade-in. Unfortunately, like I said, it seems to be a very good game. It's just not a game for me, and well, that's all I can really say about. I could ramble on about racing games, but I think I'll just stick to just like, yes, it's a good game. Need for Speed Shift, very good game. It's just not the game for me.